It's back to work for workers in the alcohol and tobacco industries. The bans on the sales of booze and smokes lifts when level 2 kicks in at midnight tonight, with liquor shops busy preparing for tomorrow's happy hour. Our reporters like Slindelo Masikane joining us now, and we also have Heidi Jokos, who's also following the tobacco trail. But let's speak to Slindelo first. Slindelo, you find yourself at Chamdo, that's the South African breweries in Krugersdorp. Are they getting ready?
Certainly. Good morning, Bradani. Yes, we are here in Krugersdorp at the Chamdo Brewery, owned by SA Breweries. And of course, it's a hive of activity from as early as 5 a.m. this morning, in fact, when workers began coming in order to begin production, in order to begin brewing, as well as distributing. So we are, of course, going to see a number of suppliers today, pubs, taverns, liquor stores, restaurants, that will be wanting to stock up ahead of tomorrow morning, where consumers will then, of course, be able to start getting their goods. I think many people for some time now we're expecting this announcement, hoping the president lifts this moratorium on alcohol due to the economic devastation that it's caused, a lot of job losses in this industry. So what we're going to be seeing today, once we're able to go inside, we've just been inducted just to ensure safety measures, but we will be seeing exactly what's happening inside the brewery.
And the mood there from the very few workers you've spoken to this morning as they're preparing ready, I'm sure there's a bit of a relief, because for the last 4 or 5 months there's been hardly any work done there.
Certainly, Bradan. You know, the few that I've had a chance to speak to, excitement as well as a lot of relief. You know, we know that this industry, the alcohol industry, as well as a number of other industries that are supported by it, this industry has around 1 million people whose livelihoods depend on the sale and distribution of alcohol. We know at SAB alone, it employs around 250,000 people in this industry. So for them, it's just it's a welcome relief to have level 2 finally in play, and to be able to go back home and feed their families.
Yeah, and that's really important, because, as you correctly say, the value chain of brewing goes all the way to those who make the bottles, which is in the glass business, your likes of Consol, who has also been complaining now. But from tomorrow, of course, it's going to be business as usual. Did you get a sense, very briefly, Slindelo, when you were talking to the people as you were being inducted, being prepared to get inside the factory, that it will be systems go, the brewing will begin?
Certainly, it is all systems go. I actually did ask officials whether we'd be allowed to at least come in and see where they'd be brewing as well as where they're bottling. And certainly we will be taking our viewers on a tour inside the brewery as to exactly how they're going to get their alcohol tomorrow. And, you know, there's just a lot of questions, I think, as well, Bradan, as to how long this will last. Because we know with the first moratorium, when we were back at level 5, you'd remember there was no sale at all, so production came to a complete halt. Then when the first ban was lifted, we saw what effect that had on our healthcare system. So I think tomorrow we're going to see whether consumers will be panic buying just in case, you know, government decides to close, in case the health system is once again overwhelmed. But I think for now, you know, workers in this particular industry are just really relieved to see that the alcohol ban in particular has been lifted.
Yeah, and remember, Slindelo, you are at work there, so no tasting of anything, even the first portion that are coming up. Thank you very much, Slindelo Masikane there at the Chamdo Brewery that belongs to South African Breweries in Krugersdorp, as they are readying themselves to resume production following the unbanning of sales of alcohol announced by the president.